Alright. Hello everyone, welcome to Castlevania Aria Tournament for Speedgaming Live 2023. Sorry for the delay, but we have two runners here. Gonna have a good match. To preempt some things, I might call spiritboardvalentine Drac at times, because that's what they go by. Which really just makes this the most Castlevania match of all time, Vlad versus Drac. Right off the bat, you have Durandal in the shop. That's very cheap. That's very good given the shop squish. And also because this is Magician Rando, it is All Souls loot. Drac was not actually ready to go. I believe in them. They might also just have like a 40-second delay on their stream. We'll find out. So we're going to be watching Drac for now. Drac also forgot some Magician Rando. Or, not Drac, Vlad. This is going to... It's going to drive me crazy. So Magician Rando, preset. Panther first, so I think that blue soul up there is probably Panther. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't know. But also, notably, it is a Chaos Ring start. So in Vlad's inventory, he has the Chaos Ring, which gives him infinite MP regeneration. We also just saw him pick up the Red Minotaur Soul. Should I pause for 50 seconds? Probably. 104, 57. I'm going to do some brief syncing with a very nice and small 57-second pause. So, if you can give me a minute, then we'll be all good. So not only, while we're waiting for the streams to catch up, so let's go over the rest of the settings. It's area shuffle, boss shuffle. There are no books in this mode. Instead, the runners need to kill all 8 bosses. Well, yeah, I think it's 8. All 8 boss rush, pre-end game bosses. So that's Creek and Skull, Manticore, Great Armor, Big Golem, Death, Headhunter, Legion Valor. The only items scattered around the castle are canisters. Level XP scaling is normal. Hey look, we're synced, guys. We did it. So that Red Minotaur off the start is really good for everything, basically. That Valor that we also just saw Vlad pick up is also very nice. Because that can be used for some really good damage, especially against like Julius, where it can use the iframes to deal things. Legion's a good pickup as well. Stuff like that. You can also go through walls, and it's really good. Because right now Vlad doesn't have the MP to use Red Minotaur. That's Malphus there. Maybe pretty regular seed. Enemy weaknesses are randomized, but it is only the weaknesses and resistances, not the actual stats. Not going to see any plus HP Julius's here, but we might see a like resist / Julius. Okay. It was extra confusing at starts, and Stat Rando was called Element Rando, but Magician has Element and not Stat. Yes. Very slight variations. They are all Stat plus Element. That is not true. So, Stat Rando is Stat plus Element, and it was what was originally called Element for the first 2 races. This uses the Element Rando setting, which is not the setting used when it was called Element Rando, but is instead randomizing the elemental weaknesses and resistances, but not the stat buffs and nerfs. So Vlad took, I assume, a warp back. I'm doing all the jobs at once. and Drek would have had an office by now. So you can see Vlad had left here. We saw Drak enter dance hall. He can't do anything here right now. No slide to get past that slide lock door. Looks like to me like Drak forgot that this was Magician Rando. And that's going to be awkward in a couple minutes when they find the Chaos Ring in their inventory. Vlad takes a warp back to Clock Tower just to head back out and proceed through corridors. Now, because there is... everything is a soul, basically. We've chosen to not have Soul Compass. Which does make it a bit harder to know when you should go through an area to look for, like, Flight or Skula. Because those are still required to beat the game. So, what the runners are looking for, especially since they already have that that really good combat soul in Red Minotaur from like the second soul check, they want to find some decent armor if that's possible. Just for movement around reasons. We need Flight to get to top floor, and we need Skula to get through Chaotic Realm. Vlad's resetting, didn't like either of those souls. So just saving the time, so I'm running back. Into Forbidden Area. Can't do anything here. Well, can leave here, I suppose. But can't do the two item checks. It's Chapel. Okay, pretty good. That Stole of Soul could be really good if we find some more blue souls. We already have, I believe, Creaking Skull. So Creaking Skull with Stole is kind of top tier. Lubricant also really good. Especially if we have some low healing in the seed, so you're already playing at lower HP. Kill Demon can also be useful with that invincibility for, say, the Chaos fight. One of the interesting things about Magician is how there's a very different set of requirements for Go mode. When you already have that, I guess, that infinite MP and say like a really good red soul, like we have with Red Minotaur here, you're kind of asking yourself, do I have everything else I need to beat the game? Do I think I can dodge long enough to kill everything with Red Minotaur? And then if you do think that you can do that, then now what you're doing is just running around looking for those bosses. You can skip every single check in the game if you think you have what you need. That Aaron is fine. It's also really nice because we're going to be killing all the bosses. So at some point, we'll probably see our runners just look at their inventory and go, okay, you know, I think I can beat the game with a Red Minotaur and a Durandal. And then they'll just start running around the castle looking for bosses, skipping item checks, skipping all of that less necessary stuff. Well, once they find Flight and Skula, of course. That Allura Une is really nice. That's 10 HP. Like every time it goes off, I guess. It goes off 3-4 times a second, probably. Basically, that is just infinite healing with the infinite MP that we have. Like Amadeus said in chat, drops are the only way to get money for shopping. Though thankfully the starting shop had that really cheap Durandal, which is definitely a viable weapon for Chaos 1. So we're entering into cemetery here. Convenient to find this early. Don't have to go looking for this dead end area. And I think Vlad's probably going to be looking to kill whatever boss this is. Okay, very nice. Big golem. It's going to be pretty easy. Having that mistletoe is pretty nice, just because enemy weaknesses are randomized, so you could see, and so it's going to be a bit more common to see like weak to holy or something like that. The spirit board did not even want that red soul. That's Skula for Vlad. Okay. Oh, that's really nice. So now all Vlad needs for go mode, progression-wise, is one of the two flights, either Giant Bat or Hippogriff. So, just a few less things he has to look out for in terms of gear. And then once he gets his flight, you know, that's the whole castle unlocked. He can just go start clearing bosses. He also looks like he decided to equip Iron Golem. It makes you not take knockback from enemies, but it also decreases your iframes from contact, for iframes from getting hit. So you are it's easier to take massive amounts of damage if you're not paying attention to how long you're in contact with an enemy's hitbox. Vlad's heading back to Clock Tower. Now that he has Skula, he can actually get through this little water area to do both these checks here, just in case they're progression, as well as get to the top for the boss in Clock Tower. Bale is outmatched by that Stola Soul that we already saw. Looks like Vlad is heading to the save point instead of going through Spike Tunnel. Makes sense. You don't want to take that damage. Amadeus says, I hope Vlad remembers he has a Lura Une. It doesn't look like he does. But that is definitely something to keep in mind. If you're low on HP in a boss fight and you can dodge for long enough, you can just heal back to full with that. It's probably one of the best souls for this Rando setting with the Chaos Ring. Spirit board is cleared out. Cemetery. Weak to dark. That golem soul is pretty nice. Strength affects your red soul damage, so technically speaking, the play would be to equip golem to boost your legion damage. Very hard fight. For those keeping track, we have killed Castle Corridors boss, Chapel boss, Clock Tower boss, and Underground Cemetery boss. Where's that creeping skull for Vlad? Guess he never got it earlier. So that's half the bosses down for Vlad already. The easy half, and the less useful half. Drac decided to warp out of the chapel, headed back to corridors instead of going to Clock Tower. It's gonna get a Gray Soul for their efforts. Shadow Knight's very nice. Slide's pretty good. That has some use for Chaos, among other things. And we'll also get to see what this area connection is up at the top. I don't think Vlad's gonna remember. Ooh, Arena up at the top of that check. That could be a bit annoying if you forget to head there for a while. Because Arena is the other one of those dead-end single areas like Cemetery. You kind of tend to forget about. This room is a pain, and Vlad might die if he is not careful with that iron golem he has equipped. That Nightmare Soul is really nice. One of the probably like top 3 reds in the game. Barely makes it out. Way too tense for having infinite healing on your side, if you ask me. Takes the heal at Mina and just headed right back to Reservoir. I'd like to see Vlad take a look at the souls he has again. Just, you know, check in on what he's got. You could farm money from candles. There are some candles that just drop money. The Sodman strat. Gonna be headed out left side here. That's locked top floor. Can't do anything with that. You could equip the gold ring if you wanted to farm money. But that also involves having a gold ring, so... Yo! Down. Pretty nice. And we found another entrance to top floor. So gonna have to remember that's there, but it connects to inner quarters, so... Can grab the warp here, and that's pretty nice. So right now I think for Vlad, we're just looking for that flight, so he's still doing every check until he can find flight. Really could do with remembering Allura Une. Oh, a Coddle drop. That could sell for some nice cash. Looks like Vlad's choosing to forgo the heal at Mina to head over and grab a save just for more safety. Entering the boss from this side of inner quarters does not have a save room next to it, so if it's something more dangerous like Balor or Death, then you don't really want to lose all your progress, so I see why Vlad's choosing to save here. And I also don't believe either runner has gotten any new armor since their random mid-starting armor. So, unclear what they have. And yes, we are getting freeze frames every like 3 seconds of what Spirit Board is doing. How'd you go pretty easy with Nightmare, hitting for 114, double hitting for 228. Really good. Not quite good enough to burst Death down before he gets off a couple attacks, though. Big Golem, not very good. Nope, gonna wait for that heal here. Remembers to head up this tower. Still gotta find that flight for Vlad. So it's just important to keep heading places. That was a resist fire, this armor. Resists a lot of things enemies here. Where? That's a lot harder to get excited about seeing a canister of a certain color. It's like, oh, a blue canister could be bad. Or it could be any of the other 100 items. 100 other souls. Oh, there's not like 20 pieces or something. I looked it up once. With Galamoth, Vlad can head through here. So this is a pretty good chance to see Flight, given the logic involved. Just as, you know, hidden, it's more behind things. We do get Undine and Creaking Skull. So that Undine's nice. Looks like Spirit Board has located Study over on the right side. That was, I believe, Skulacek in Corridors. Triton Soul is also really nice. Dragstream is playing at a solid, like, 0.1 frames per second. Into Reservoir here for Vlad. We could do some waterfall climb shenanigans to do a check over here. But it looks like he's passing on that. And I think he'll probably explore some more. Oh yeah, it's a good point for Amadeus. The exit to Study, the one that Spirit Board didn't take in, is slide locked. But Spirit Board found slide in Castle Corridors, where Vlad has not yet checked, so very useful. Okay. That check at the other side of Inner Quarters takes Vlad to one of the flight exits in Castle Corridors. He could head left here, probably grab that slide, and then take either do Undine skip. I marked Undine for the wrong person. We don't need to talk about that. Or go through the Skulador. We'll have to see if Vlad remembers to actually check that, though. He is not. It'll be wild for like the 25-minute mark for Spirit Board. It just snaps to him defeating Chaos. We would have issues, but yeah, that would be very funny. Okay, that's not quite vanilla Floating Gardens, but it makes it easy to remember. Vlad will need to come back here to fight Julius in a minute. But also looks like that's not what Vlad's looking for. He is trying to find those areas with bosses. He's killed Death. That's in Inner Quarters. He needs Study Boss, Arena Boss, and Dance Hall Boss, I believe. Or Vlad's missing 3. We know where Arena is, above that slide block. Here we have Study. They're in the same place. Crazy. Vlad was checking the color of the canister there, because if it was blue, it might have possibly been Giant Bat. But with a red one, he has no real need of that, given the options he has. That Slime Soul is really nice, though. You can see some good usage of Slime on Chaos, maybe. We do have Balor, Legion, and Headhunter left. If it's Balor or Legion, oh, it's not. I was gonna say that I was hoping that he'd remember that he has Aranus, and can use that for some more XP. Always a good idea. You want to get to... Really, you just want to get more strength and HP is what that gives you. So, apparently Vlad is Lightning Doll. I don't remember that. That's cool. Very cool. It should not be a difficult fight. Really, none of the boss fights should be difficult with the souls and gear that they have. Like, even just starting with Legion is good enough to kill almost any boss in the game. Headhunter does not scale up. I could see Flight here, honestly. This is where I would place Flight. It's not. Dryad's nice though. You can use that on Chaos for some pretty good healing. And maybe Vlad will actually remember that he has it, unlike Lurune. No slide for Vlad though, so we cannot exit the same way that Spirit Board probably has like 7 minutes ago. So we're going to get to see Vlad run back through all of Study. And then we'll probably head through Floating Gardens, which I think probably connects him to Reservoir. Yeah. And then... what does Dance Hall connect to? That exit? No, I lied. I think Reservoir connects to Castle Corridors, Floating Gardens connects to Dance Hall. Nice kicker. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that Drac also has that. Looks like Vlad is instead grabbing that Slide Soul, so he'll be able to go into the other side of Dance Hall, the one off Castle Corridors. So once he finishes up Arena here, it'll probably be straight to Dance Hall, and then once both those bosses are down, assuming he will have found Flight in Arena, then it'll be on to the end game for him. If he also remembers where top floor is. is agent. The consistent 2 second skipping PowerPoint is peak comedy. I just keep looking over and it's like, oh, found slime. Is it gonna save before the boss? Weak to fire? Put on Nightmare, please, Vlad, please! Lightning Ball is also really good for this. It really doesn't matter. Whether you're hitting 260 on every single part of the body, or like 400, you know? Legion is still going to die. Please equip Airness? Aww. So sad. Drac moved their mouse. The Chaos Ring is a starting item in Magician Rando. I'm hoping here that Spirit Board remembered to equip Chaos Ring at some point in the last 30 minutes. But we might never know. DDR, it's a red soul, it's not what Vlad's looking for. But Killer Mantle's really nice. You can farm some levels off of Red Minotaur, where there are some here in Arena, so we might see Vlad do just that. Drac was entering the Headhunter fight 14 minutes ago. Game audio is super quiet compared to the commentators. I can fix that. How is that? Not that much, ideally? Okay. I'll follow Malert's lead here. And we'll put it in the middle. At, like, this number. I'm gonna assume that Vlad didn't find Flight while I was looking away. Because that'd be awkward if he did. It was basically inaudible before, but now it's better. Alright, glad to hear that. Tsuchinoko, honestly, kind of nice to find. Can pray for that, cheap healing in the shop. And with both shop upgrades, you know, there might be something there. If Vlad would ever check it! Okay, into Dance Hall here. This is Vlad's last boss. And also, hopefully, where he finds Flight. If it's not here, then I think that just leaves Garden for Vlad. Final Guard, very nice soul to have. Normally the MP cost is pretty prohibitive. But you know, when you have infinite MP, that's not really the case. Cataplepus, as well as Basilisk. Not Basilisk. Cockatrice, pretty nice if you run into an enemy who's weak to stone. But Vlad's choosing to reset out of those. Amadeus is calling Flight in Eastern and Chaotic. That would be painful. So how's everyone's day going? Oh, we have noise again. Vlad got Allura Une again, so maybe Vlad's gonna remember that he has Allura Une now. We have a combined 3 FPS between 2 streams. I don't think that's true, Amadeus. That's a lot more FPS than we're actually getting. Oh, let's go, dude. Was this weak holy Balor? That's very funny. Okay, Balor down. That's Vlad's last boss. We did it. Now Vlad just needs to find Flight. Oh! Oh. The tease. And also good points from chat. We have seen Forbidden, and we have not seen what's in it. Because we did not have school at the time. Yeah, I think Weak to Fire was implied. But I was interested by the Mistletoe hitting for 112. Because, is that still Mistletoe, or did Vlad swap to Durandal at some point? It looks more like Durandal to me right now. No, never mind, it's Mistletoe. Strange, I sense a dark power within me. Alright, we got the Eastern connection. That's where Dupe Skula is. Amazing. I keep seeing blue canisters and I keep getting so excited. I'm sure Drak's fight with Headhunter is going great. Looks like he's still got some pretty good health right now. And if needed, hopefully he remembers that he has a Chaos Ray. Yo, another blue canister. It's our third copy of Allura Une. Do you think that Vlad is gonna remember that he has Allura Une? Maybe Vlad just thinks that Healing Souls ruin the fun of the game. We got a new red. That's pretty cool. Been a while. We got just straight up a soul drop. I don't think that Vlad has every healing soul in the game. I don't think he has Persephone. Vlad, please? Just heal? Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god. Why would you... You deserve that. I'm not mincing my words here. You deserve that, Vlad. You deserve that. So Vlad's throwing for content. He's only gotten Allura Une 3 times. It's understandable that he wouldn't remember it. Back to this Pelor fight. It is weak to fire, weak to holy. Yeah, okay. So we were both right. Pretty fast fight, you know. Don't really lose much time having to do it again. Can skip that dupe backdash behind Pelor. I thought we had seen Worstrom, but I don't know for sure. We saw DDR and we saw Wrecking Ball room. You know, honestly, it's not the worst. He saw everything in Eastern, so it's not like he's missing out on anything by dying there. I'm thinking whoever guessed that Flight was in Forbidden, feeling pretty smart right now. We got chat commenting on the lack of healing souls. Skyfish is pretty nice. Can do some cool stuff with Skyfish, and then fully boosted Lightning Dog will do like 300 a hit Chaos Core. It's pretty cool. It's not infinite, but you can get a max boost very easily. Yo, a blue soul? It's death. Not getting out of this so easily. We also... I was about to say, actually, that we hadn't seen top 4 item checks, but I, realized that it's impossible to have seen top 4 item checks. It is Hippogriffin Garden! You could have gotten that 15 minutes ago! Anyways, Vlad's in go mode. He is headed to a warp to inner quarters, to walk out of inner quarters, head to the bottom left, and then go to top floor. Drac fighting Headhunter for 2 minutes for 20 minutes. Oh my god. I just opened Drac's stream and we had like a second of video, dude. Oh, I paused and unpaused and it went back to 14 minutes for me. Malphus is overrated, just saying. Whatever you say, Cherubim. Whatever you say. I will report that Spirit Board has not finished according to race time. So I think we're in clear on having to figure out how to deal with this problem. At least I hope so. Vlad could do with just killing these enemies. Or using a healing soul. Vlad has not checked the upgraded shop, no. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't suspect that he will. Has he discovered his healing soul? I was not following. That's why you don't always want Iron Golem equipped. Just takes so much damage from like lubricants, especially when they follow you. He has done a quarter bar of Allura Une. That's insane. In future, should advise Spirit Board to turn off Preserve Cutoff Point on Restream Delay. Those are words, and I don't actually know what they mean, but I will keep that in mind. This is his stream spooling out to us over a poor connection, making sure we get every frame. It's very interesting. Also, weak Holy Gram. Use that mistletoe you started with, instead of just showing us what's really happening in real time. Good to know. No Red Minnow. Honestly, I think Lightning Doll is better than Red Minnow. Aranus is not a holy element, it is a yellow soul that increases your XP gain. I can't believe you'd spread misinformation, Guy McGuy. That's Grand down for Vlad. Very nice. I think Headhunter is almost down for Spirit Board while we're at it. Battle Angel Enemy is my favorite anime series, actually. Vlad doing some very important final checks here to pick up that Bat Soul. You never know when you need it, or if you need Valkyrie for Resist Holy Julius. Or maybe even a duplicate copy of Harpy to make your Headhunter Soul just a bit more effective. 1 point for every 16 souls you pick up. It's pretty good, man. Pretty good. You know, when you have 528 souls, that's like a max Headhunter boost, I think. Anyways, Graham down. Vlad is now headed to Gardens. We have gotten multiple uninterrupted seconds of footage from Spirit Board. Oh, good. Never mind. You better not die, Spirit Board. You better not die. We've been watching this Headhunter fight for 30 minutes. And if you die and have to fight Headhunter again for another 30 minutes? Maybe he's gonna remember that he is a Chaos Ring. Anyways, Julius. Let's see what Julius is weak to. Yo! Like I said, that Valkyrie Soul for Julius. Spirit Board died to Headhunter. I'm very sorry to report. Is this even randomized? Oh my god, a healing soul? I don't even... I guess that's Allura Une. In terms of raw damage, I think Nightmare is probably the best here, except for Red Minotaur. But I do think that using Valkyrie would be or at least like giving Valkyrie a try would be a good idea. You know, just see like if it's doing 250 damage a hit or whatever. You know, the fight's gonna be done in a minute anyways. I'd like to report, Spirit Board is actually using Giant Worm. Anyways, that's Julius down for Vlad. Gonna be entering the chaotic realm. We might see giant bat. Ooh, merman. That's a pretty good soul. You know, if Chaos is weak to water and you don't want to use any of your better water souls, that's just Maneater. Then you could always use Merman. It has a range of a couple pixels. Oh my god! Drak has defeated Headhunter. Gets the Basilisk Soul dupe as a reward and killer fish. And can now proceed. I think what I should do now is take a 27-minute pause so that we can resync the streams and make sure that we know what's happening in real time. Three red souls here in Chaotic for Vlad is what we've got. So, sadly, no giant bat. I think that does confirm the giant bat was in Forbidden Area. Entering Chaotic. Chaos 1. The hardest part of Magician Rando, except remembering that you have Allura Une. However, it is weak to Slash, so I lied. It's not the hardest part of Magician Rando. So yeah, Chaos 1 pretty free. Take down any of these and you can start using your souls again. Taking down the yellow one won't be that useful, but I guess you'll get Triton. You know, that big one-hit a Creaking Skull to finish it off. That's something I haven't seen before. I didn't know the Nightmare hit behind you like that. Alright, it's the test. Does Vlad remember that healing souls exist? Will Vlad use a healing soul? No. Oh my god! Vlad just knew that he could take one hit, so he didn't want to waste his time healing. No, actually, this is a really interesting Nightmare technique. I did not know this was a thing that you could do. I don't think it necessarily makes Nightmare better than like Red Minotaur for this fight. But I also don't know if Vlad remembers that he has Red Minotaur. Okay. Vlad takes a death on Chaos. Spirit Board's taking a couple minutes to just stand still. A couple seconds. Spirit Board still has a chance to win this race. It is Final Guard that can block some stuff, yes. that if you're standing on the ground and in an actionable state, you can use Final Guard to just commit invulnerability, basically. There's no way to tell. If spiritboardvalentine went to Garden earlier than Vlad, it's true. There's still a chance. We will never know until it's over and someone clicks done on race time. And then we'll also have to wait another 30 minutes to watch it run out on restream to make sure that it actually happened. Yo, the strats! Oh, that's just my view of the Speedgaming restream. I thought the restream also died for a second, but it didn't. Everything's fine. Vlad, please, heal. I am also loving this Nightmare Tech Cherubim. It is inventive and new. And it's something to keep in mind when using Nightmare. Now, interestingly, I believe Nightmare already normally can double hit a single eye. So in terms of like MP efficiency, it's the same as just using the soul normally. But in the case where you have so much MP, where you can just keep spamming it, it is more effective. You don't have to move as far. You can just kill both eyes from one spot rather than killing one on one side, moving across, etc. Spirit Board in here with the Balor fight. And that's Chaos down for Vlad. And he is first. GG's Vlad. I tried to say GG, my race time page told me to reload, and then I loaded and it said bad gateway error code 502. So that's a good sign. Well, I'd like to report that it said that Vlad's time was 56:47. Or 56:51, sorry. But I think race time just died. So I don't know if Spirit Board has forfeited because I can't open the race time page anymore. My bad, guys. Doesn't look like they have. They are still exploring the castle. Yeah, GG's to Vlad. whenever I obtain any capability to have more info on the next race, I'll be getting that set up. So don't go anywhere. Alright, Vlad, Spirit Board is not forfeited. So, let me... I've changed my mind. That audio desync is very bad. Alright, now Spirit Board is forfeited. Next, preset. Alright, then I'm gonna be getting the next race set up for us all. So don't go anywhere.